Alright, everybody, so you may have heard about these two Reuters journalists, Walon and Kya So-u. They work for the Reuters news agency, and they were released on May 7th. The pair were convicted on September 2018 of breaking the Official Secrets Act and reached a 7-year sentence. They had served 511 days before being released as part of an amnesty of over 6,000 prisoners to mark the country's New Year holiday. Now, this comes after some soldiers had caused some deaths in the act of forcing 700,000 Rohingyas to flee to Bangladesh. Rohingya, I'm not even sure I said that right. The government never denied the killings took place, and last year convicted 10 soldiers for the role in them. So they are somewhat repentant. The number of deaths is 7,000. Dear God. Just 7,000 people just mowed down. What in the actual fuck, right? So, what they were specifically convicted on is that the specific violation had to do something with a police officer handing unsolicited government documents just minutes before their arrest. He probably told them that it was part of their investigation, they could have it even though they couldn't, and then arrested them. And that the officer had apparently lied about the exchange during pre-court hearings. That, good God, that is slimy. Holy shit! That is amazing. Well, thank God they're out of that Myanmar prison. On a side note, there was talk that there were some accusations of the killings of Rohingya. They followed after attacks on their population by some members of the country's military and Buddhist majority. The United Nations High Commissioner described these acts as a text example of ethnic cleansing. Well, look, if they were engaged in actively attacking people and killing people, then they're not Buddhists. Read the actual Zen koans and the Buddhist texts. They're supposed to be pacifists, and they only commit violence if violence is committed against them first. Otherwise, they're considered disgruntled monks and no longer actually part of the religion. Some actually accept the label, admit they've turned their back on peace. But nonetheless, the journalists have been released under some amazing bullshit charges. Like, as bad as our justice system here in the United States, I'm so glad that we haven't reached, like, this level. Like, Myanmar levels of just bullshittery. I'm so glad we have not crossed that line. It makes me happy. So happy. Whew. Damn. Thankfully, they're out of there, and the situation in Myanmar is looking bleak. That whole part of the world, just by the day, seems so much more messed up the more I look into it. Yeah, anyway.